Alright, here we go. We are moving forward with this texturing phase. Let's get the program open that we need here. There we go. Get the file opened up. And here we go. So, time to start putting in our colored areas. Start up here on the top left. And go with that color for this one. Lighter for that one. And we'll just keep this pattern going for the duration here. Having to take a moment here because I'm hearing something outside that doesn't sound right. We'll be right back to what we're doing here momentarily. These things happen. There we go, now we're back. Just gonna keep putting these lines around the object and then filling them in. Of course, I want it to be on the same object, on the same line, not a new one. There we go. And there's another one completed. This one will take a little while, but we'll get it done. Alright, next up, let's work on these two over here. There's that one. Now for the other one. Alright. Now, what color should I go with? We'll go with this one, and on to the next area. And moving further along, we're nearly done with this phase. Nearly done, but not entirely. Get this marked off. There we go. Now for this, go with that color and one area left to go, and that's it. Let's load it into Blender. So that's what we're looking at. Now to actually make it look like something. You'll see what I mean momentarily. First we need to open up the image editor we're going to be using for this job, and that's the GIMP. Get the file opened up, and now to start manipulating the image. Think something like this with a blur effect. I think that will look good. bring it in to Blender again. It's subtle, but that's the effect I want. Get this area down here filled in with black. Move on to the next area here. I want to give this a bit of a corkboard appearance. So something like that, I think, will do it. Let's load it into Blender here. Yeah, I think that looks alright. And I think that's going to be just fine. Moving on again to the next area. Go with I'm thinking slightly goldish, bronzy color. You know, it doesn't look it yet, but you'll see when we get there. You will see momentarily. Something like this, I believe. Go ahead and flatten it, and let's see. See how it looks in Blender. Ah, yeah, it's got a slightly wooden and slightly metallic look to it. I like it. I like that a lot. So we'll just copy it down onto the back here. Scale it down. And get the color the same for the other part of it. Let's load it into Blender again and see how it looks. Or better yet, let's go ahead and finish it off. Get the sides covered. And we're going to need to adjust them up a little bit. That should do. Now let's load it in. Oh yes, very nice. Very nice. Next area. Ooh, let's get that bottom of the little roof section. I copied the wrong part, but I can go ahead and fill the solid in with the right color. Now it'll be to switch over and get the pattern copied over. Scale it up a little bit. Move it over. And I think that's going to do it. We're going to have to get rid of some of the excess like that. Alright, go ahead and merge those visible layers, overwrite the file, and bring it into Blender again. And yes, that looks very nice. Still have work to do though, don't we? Indeed we do. Indeed we do. Starting with these. Give these kind of a wooden look. Something like this. That looks good. Next part is going to be these over here. Do pretty much the same thing we just did with slightly different colors. So it looks a little different. And there we go. Just, I think, 2 more areas, right? Indeed. So for this one, let's give it a brighter gold color and kind of give it a metallic grain effect. That should do. Let's bring it into Blender and see how it looks. Ah, yes. That's nice. Now there is still one remaining area, isn't there? One that is blue. We're getting to that. Nothing too different from what we did before, so I'm not going over every little step again. think we are done. Wonderful. Slow it down and admire, preferably with everything else as well. Oh yes, I had forgotten that area, hadn't I? Alright, so there we go. That's pretty much everything building-wise complete. Still have a few things to go though. And I guess we need to focus on that. So we'll move over to the farmhouse and we'll start by removing everything else. And we'll start with these. Get these marked along the edges we want. Going from top view will probably be the best way. And we're just going to grab all these edges and then follow with these. And then mark the seams. And then we're going to repeat this for the next one, and the one following that, and the remaining 3 following those 2. There is always a quicker and sometimes easier way to go about handling the grabbing of edges. Nearly got them all grabbed on this one. There we go. I seem to have missed one. We'll be back for it. We will be back for it. Not right immediately, though. I will catch it, though. Before too long. Go ahead and unwrap it. And some of this looks right, some of it doesn't. start getting the pieces that are correct selected. And I spot the error. Now if we unwrap it, everything looks the way it should in the UV map. Go ahead and get each part selected here. There we go. So now I want to move these over and just scale them down for the time being. Next area, we need to get all these selected. Don't forget the tops and bottoms. On to the next three. Can do it a bit quicker if I'm careful, as I'm doing now. And we've got what we need. So now just to line them up on top of each other. And continue this until we get all of them done, which we just have. We'll move those to the top, and now we're working with these. Just want to move these on top of each other. No one's really going to see this part because it's the bottom, but it is worthwhile to have them organized, and we'll organize those as well momentarily. Thinking about how I want to go about sizing things now, since there aren't too many things going on here on this texture map. I'll start by lining all these up on top of each other. That'll be a good thing to do. And then I'll probably resize them to be more like their shape on the actual model. Keep moving them over on top of each other. The process may not be a glamorous one, but it gets the job done, doesn't it? Indeed it does. just about got this done. There we go. Final portion here. Alright, let's line those up and scale them out. And let's flatten out those point bulges. Make it look better. There we go. Now to scale things up about like so. And we will export to the UV map, UV layout. And let's see. I guess we'll start work on the fence. I'm not going to unwrap this one today. I'm just going to get these seams marked on everything. And if you're thinking that's going to take a while, you are right. It's worth keeping in mind that what you're seeing is sped up footage. But it is a good thing that we are doing it that way. Makes it where we're not taking as long to do this as it took me in reality. Can get done with the project a lot quicker that way. Just gotta keep selecting those edges that I want to be seams. Getting there. It's painful, but we are getting there. This will make the unwrapping look really nice when we get to that stage. Now for the long beam here. There we go. And I think we'll attempt the other stretch of fence with these same methods, so we can just start out next time unwrapping it all. That'll make things easier to deal with. Though admittedly this video is going to be a touch longer due to that very thing. However, I think the payoff of being done with all this in a lesser number of videos is going to be appreciated by everyone. At least that's my hope. We will see, won't we? Still a long way to go. We are steadfastly making progress, though. So there is that. We're nearly to the end of the fence. How nice. Go ahead and mark those. And, oh, did I say the end of the fence? I just meant this part of it. We've still got a fair amount to go. But don't you worry. We're getting it all done this video. Starting the final section of fence. Moving on. Just gotta keep going here and we'll be through in no time. Can't say the same for me when I was actually doing it. But it's not the time it took me to get it done that's important here. It's the time that you're sitting there watching this, listening to me that's important. A tip for anyone that is looking to do something like this with fence posts in a game, just do one section and then duplicate it. Don't do what I've done. Don't make it hard on yourself. Go ahead and mark those seams as you're building. It will make life so much easier. Alright, as we approach the end of this drawn out fence seam marking project, we can be happy knowing that the hard part is done. Nearly. Get those marked, and we've got 4 more to go. And there we go. Everything is done. Hey there everyone. Just wanted to say thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, and want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you did enjoy the video, how about giving it a thumbs up? Alright, I will see you all next time.